Okay, everybody, I'm doing this because I have one of these false prophets that's been following me, and he takes my work and tries to put his own little spin and twist on it and totally gets it wrong. And just like I've shown about these spirits, they cause confusion when your master is the serpent and the rod like his is. You're confused and can't teach accordingly. You don't have complete discernment of the word. So he took his spin where I taught about Biden being the son of perdition in Old English, and he attempted and made a very poor attempt to show its relationship to the Hebraic language. So I'm going to do it correctly. I'm going to do it properly, because he's just going to cause complete confusion for his lack of discernment. So Biden, as I've shown, is the son of perdition in Old English in that one video, or those videos with his crest, the Biden family crest. So understand, Hebrew is read and written from right to left. The opposite of English and other languages, they go from right to left. So in his name, the first letter and symbol that is used is the N, and it's pronounced nun in Hebrew. And this symbol and letter means son of. This is what his letter is. And this is widely studied, and this is how Hebrews study their language, have knowledge of their language. So the first letter you would read in his name would be N, and it means son of. Now the next letter, E, you do not use, because it's not, Hebrews don't recognize vowels. They have no recognition of I's and E's. So the next letter that you would read in his name would be D. And D in Hebrew is recognized with God and all his names. Understand that. That's what the symbol or the letter for D is. It's a recognition of God and all his names. But the most important one, they're all important, but more revealing, is the last one. And again, you don't use the I, because again, it's a vowel. They don't recognize vowels. So the next one is B, which is bet, but pronounced vet. And what this means is house. Notice Biden's now in the house, White House. But it also represents the dwelling place in a lower reality. Remember, they were cast out of heaven, their first estate. Very important. And the symbol for vet, that is the symbol for vet. And it's made up by what I showed about the vavums. It's made, this symbol, using 3 vavum. Therefore, 666. And notice also the name vet. This is actually where the term veterinarian comes from. Remember beast, mark of the beast. This is where that name veterinarian comes from. It is the practice of medicine, the rod of caduceus, and the practice of medicine on beasts. That's where vet comes from, veterinarian. See the history of things, the omnipotence of the word? So, what you end up with, once you leave out the vowels, is N, son of, D, God, and house, or 3 vavum, 666. Just like I said in the Old English, showed in the Old English, son of perdition, son of God, 666. Now read about it in Genesis, notice chapter 6. You'll read about the sons of God that went into the daughters of men. And this is how they lost their first estate and were made because they lost their first estate, a dwelling place in a lower reality. They were cast out of heaven. So there's your Hebraic understanding, because this false prophet just literally butchered what I was trying to teach. He's trying to get that spin on it so he can sell a book. He wants to sell you a book and tell you the secrets of his prophecy. He's a joke. These people, they worship the serpent and the rod. That is their master. They seek to glorify themselves and have no discernment of the word whatsoever. They can't teach anything if they wanted to. God's not going to allow them to, because what they seek and who they serve. There it is, people. That's what it means. And D also means door. It is also a symbol for door. So you can understand kind of the door of a house. That's where it all comes from. And again, I compel you to look all this up yourself. You need to. You need to. This is how you get in the Word. Look all these things up for yourselves. Don't wait for these false prophets to tell you something, because they have no discernment. And you don't even have to believe me, but you can take what I give you and look it up for yourselves. I compel you to do so. It's very important that you do so. So you know who's teaching you the truth and who's just blowing smoke out of their mouth to try to sell you something to enrich themselves. They serve the serpent and the rod, the almighty dollar. There you go, people. Stay in the Word. Look it all up for yourselves. Know the times we are in. God bless.